We're on the road to Opelousas City. We're sort of halfway there. We've got a little bit further to go, but for the time being, we should just sit back, relax, and enjoy our ride over a bridge, because hopefully nothing particularly stressful is going to happen on this bridge trip. But first we should heal a little bit. Technically speaking, I should run back to the Pokemon Center, but hey, why would I cause extra inconvenience by just running back and forth and wasting time in the video? And yeah, Moo Milks are starting to not fully heal us at this point, so soon we might need to upgrade. But for the time being, they're pretty useful and cheap. So let's head on in to the third bridge we've crossed in this playthrough. The fourth, we actually won't be able to cross at all until the post-game, and the fifth. But this is Tube Line Bridge. And it's kind of a little weird, because out of all the bridges in Unova, this one, to me, is probably the least visually appealing, and has the least reasons to visit it. Almost said visions to reason it. So it apparently looks pretty exciting, but maybe because I'm playing at night, and annoyingly the music is constantly drowned out by those trains down below, this bridge doesn't really look all that impressive at night. So apparently though, on weekends, there are some young hooligans running about here. That's pretty much the only reason to visit this place. As well as this person, if we can catch them. Come on, I'm gonna catch you, I'm gonna catch you. Ah, gotcha! And we get as a reward... What? You specifically said you were overheated. I was expecting overheat. Oh well, flame charge is kind of useful. So we can see a figure in the distance if we keep going, running towards them. And who's that? Oh, I think I vaguely recognize... Ah! It's Creepy McCreepyface! And his creepy sidekicks. And we've done exactly what he wanted. Great! What? Huh, that's interesting. Certainly haven't heard that information before. This might be useful evidence. Yes, apparently N actually... Once again, another slip-up. Apparently N, according to the actual developers, believes himself to be a purity Sue, essentially. Or basically a Mary Sue who can absolutely do no wrong. N has basically been brought up to believe he's this, which is kind of sad when you think about it. But anyway, from this conversation, you should be able to tell a few things about the direction the plot is going, but I won't say much. I know that by this point, when I first played the game for myself, I pretty much had most of it figured out, but I'll leave you to piece it together for yourself, so I won't say anything. Yeah, it's at this point, pretty much, that... Yeah, it's at this point that I kind of started to piece everything together. Oh, really? Plenty of legendary Pokemon have been tamed by young children in the past. I don't see why it's possible. Oh, yes, again, ominous villain warnings. Yes, go away. Please go away. Thank you. Okay, that was, well, I thought nothing stressful would happen on the bridge, and it turns out I was horribly wrong. But at least we can, you're kind of pacing up and down, and, oh, you've just gone shopping too much. Sorry, I thought you'd been startled by Creepy McCreepyface coming through here. So anyway, I believe this is all we have in the bridge. But once we go out, we're immediately stopped by a baseballer who does something incredibly bizarre. Yeah, dodgy throwing animation. Because the item balls are only ever animated as being on the ground, they kind of had to improvise a throwing animation by just having the item slide across the ground. Yeah, kind of dodgy that. But anyway, we just got given the TM for Fling. Probably a pretty useless move in-game. In competitive, it's still very, very situational. But in-game, you really want to avoid using it, because it gets rid of your held item permanently. And here I'll show off something interesting about these bikers. This is the first time we've seen them. See, they're riding their bikes around. If you ride your bike, they don't seem to do much. I thought they sped up with that. But if you hold down the B button, they speed up. You let go of the B button, they slow down again. Hold down and they speed up, slow down. Speed up, slow down. So, interesting. I guess it's like, you know, if you're running, they'll ride their bikes faster to catch up with you, but I thought they would go faster if you were riding a bike. Again, the funny thing is that I've shown off, even if you're already riding a bike, when the B button does nothing, holding down the B button still causes them to go faster, which is a very, very weird trainer NPC AI these guys have. Okay, this is the first biker we've seen apart from Charles. Well, actually, since Charles was technically speaking a motorcyclist rather than a biker, terminology, this is the first biker we have seen. Yeah, bikers have shown up in a whole lot of other games in the series, and like always, they tend to use, well, in this game they tend to use mostly dark-type, sort of criminal-like Pokemon. But in earlier generations, they use things like coughing or even fire types, stuff that's related to bike exhaust, and I kind of wanted to see Belly Drum go off at least once. So my attack is massively raised, but oh boy, I'm going to be dead before I can use it. Yep, gone. High Jump Kick. That is a very, very powerful move. Do not send Polar in on that. I would have sent in Mame, but I was a little worried about this thing using something like Payback. Yeah, even Ghost being immune to fighting, this thing can still hit us with dark moves for super effective damage, and that's not going to be too helpful. You'd be better off using a High Jump Kick. The way the failure damage for High Jump Kick is calculated in this generation is a little bit different to normal. So, anyway, biker down. It's the other weird thing is that if you hold down the B button, that one biker next to the other guy over there, who's actually not moving, will still rev his bike faster, which is kind of amusing to watch. Of course, this is actually a double battle team. Yeah, whatever you guys say. So, this is actually a new type of, combo thing, known as Hooligans. I believe this is the only instance of this trainer class in the entire game. In fact, Hooligans, Jim, and Cass were so unique, they actually got their own card in the trading card game. Yes, these two specific Hooligans actually got a card all to themselves. Kind of interesting that, but yeah, so it's a biker teamed up with a roughneck. You see them much earlier in the sequels, but for the time being, ooh, double high jump kick, that's gotta hurt. However, this is gonna hurt too. Max Power Revenge, super effective. And wow, that was not a one-shot, that's really surprising. I guess Scraggy's kind of defensive, but still. I guess I haven't quite explained how Revenge works. Revenge is sort of an interesting move. It's not like Vital Throw in that it doesn't force you to go last, but it gives you such a massive negative priority modifier that you might as well be going last anyway. There are very few things that'll go after Revenge, and also Avalanche works on the same principle. They basically operate on a very low priority bracket, but not the lowest in the game. But basically, if you're hit if you're hit before the move is used, the move has double power. It normally has 60, it is doubled to 120. They can be kind of useful in the right situations. And that's actually almost a direct quote from the anime, but yeah. There's always been a thing in the series that there are no good or evil Pokemon, it just matters what people use them for. And we have an interesting building here, but I might want to wait until I battled all the trainers on the route before I go in. Because, yeah, this place is kind of interesting, but for the time being, we have another biker. That's kind of a cool name, and it's a new Pokemon we haven't seen before, but we'll be seeing a lot of this soon enough, because this is one available on this very route. Sadly, it's not actually that useful, but Pawniard is a Dark and Steel type, which is interesting because, despite the fact that both these types were introduced in the same generation, this is actually the first time we've seen a Pokemon that has both types. It does make them double weak to fighting though, which is a shame. But they are pretty cool Pokemon. Pawniard and its evolution. It does evolve very, very late though, so it's not really going to be helpful in this kind of challenge. But anyway, welcome to Shopping Mall 9. Called so because it's on Route 9. Now, be careful when talking to the random NPCs on this place. This place is... yeah, I love that guy. He's admiring the generic gym guides. Anyway. Yes, it's called 9. Interesting. It's called 9 because it's on Route 9. However, like I was saying, be careful when talking to these people. You might think, oh hey, this is a shopping place. There's no way there are going to be any trainer battles here. Ah, wrong. Yeah, if you go into these battles unprepared, you are going to live to regret it. Because, yeah, so this is one of those times in the Pokemon series where talking to everyone kind of might get you in trouble. Oh, great, Tail Slap. This is, however, going to trigger Rough Skin for every individual hit, which is one of the other cool things about Rough Skin and Iron Barbs. This, however, is going to be one very, very, very badly fainted Minccino. And next we have... Lilligant! My nemesis returns. However, I think I've got this. I'm just going to drop an icicle on its head like... Oh, hi, Tita Dance. How I have missed you. Not. Oh, you really want to make sure I'm good and confused, aren't you? Oh, boy. And so begins the cycle of hurting myself. That's 1. Just spamming the only grass move you know, but it's still enough anyway. 2. We're gonna go one more. We're gonna go one more. And we're gonna go one more. Ladies and gentlemen, place your bets. How bad will my hacks get? And we're gonna go for one more. Critical hit. And 3. And 1 HP left. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. What is it with Lilligants and narrow escapes? Now might be a very good time to use Bianca's full restore. However, if you Tita Dance me again, I will personally smash your face in. Right then. I suppose you would like a broken face to go with your Oh boy, you're using Quiver Dance? Really? Oh, you really want to make my life miserable, don't you? Okay, good. Icicles in your head. I hope you are impaled painfully. Go away, Lilligant, and go away, Trainer. Again, be very careful about what Pokemon is at the head of your party when you talk to these people, because there are actually more trainers in here. Hopefully, though, none of them are going to be as annoying as that Lilligant! Oh, Lilligant and Sorks, my 2 nightmare Pokemon in this challenge. Oh, and that and Excadrill. But anyway, like most department stores, this is actually the first department store in the series that is located on a route and not an actual town. But anyway, this place sells pretty much every kind of main usable item that you want. Potions, full heals, repels. I've got a lot of money, but I might kind of want to save this for TMs, because this place does sell some pretty good TMs. Don't need to restock my revives, I should be about fine. So, before we head up to the upper floors, there's something interesting if we look in here. If we talk to this guy, well, firstly, we can loot the place. Looting! Yay! I hope no one minds if I take this. And these are all electronics that they can't sell anymore. I wonder if someone could put them to good use. I wonder if there's a Pokemon that likes electrical appliances. Yes, this is the place you can go to change Rotom's form. So, if you've got a Rotom of your own, go here. Oh, yeah, battle. Obviously. Fortunately, do I have an amulet coin equipped on anyone? Because this could be a lot of money. Anyway, Leopard. Rich Boys very rarely use particularly strong Pokemon, just ones that they think are all pretentious and posh-like, or whatever. Fake Out is still very irritating though. You're gonna get Brick Break. Okay, I think Polar needs some kind of award, some kind of consolation prize for unluckiest Pokemon so far in this part, because really, hit itself 3 times, confused, though actually simultaneously lucky because it then survived with 1 HP, so lucky yet unlucky. Oh yes, because a shopping binge always makes everyone feel better. And this place sells these 2 moves, Hyper Beam and Giga Impact. The moves that entice newbies with their very, very flashy graphics and massive power ratings, when really they're pretty terrible moves. You shouldn't really use these, except on Adaptability Porygon Z, because in that case, you can pretty much one-shot just about everything up to including Blissey, I believe. Yeah, Porygon Z can actually one-shot Blissey with Hyper Beam, which is probably, yeah, the main reason it's ever used. This place is the Pokeball counter for all your Pokeball needs. You can buy just about any type of ball here at all. We've already got a lot of Dusk Balls, but we're gonna need to buy a lot of Timer Balls. The reason is because, well, after this gym, we're gonna need to go on a bit of a legendary hunt, and Timer Balls are great for that. Quick Balls are also extremely useful, and I highly recommend buying a whole lot of them. I've got more than enough Dusk Balls though, but never hurts to carry more. So apparently there's a cave on Route 9. We'll examine that a bit later. And this is the one counter that if you're an EV trainer in competitive battle like me, you'll be seeing a lot of. The vitamins counter. Here they sell all vitamins. This place here sells in-battle stat boosting items, which I rarely ever use. But the other one, yeah. Stat boosting items are plenty, and quite useful ones at that. So this is basically your one-stop shop when it comes to EV training. So you're going to be seeing a lot of this top floor. Of course I do. And we get a Thunderstone. I'm pretty sure we already had one of these. The only Unnovan Pokemon that evolves with Thunderstone is Electric, and he's just kindly pointed that out to me. Uh-oh. I sense another battle. Yep, another battle. Here we go. Waiter... Oh. Would have been really awesome if there was another waiter in here called Ernie, but no. Not that Pokemon hasn't actually done random shout-outs in trainer names before. There have been a few trainer names earlier, and that is Fighting and I Am Ice. That could be bad. Or not, because that hit pathetically weakly. And that hits unpathetically strongly. You are gone. And Lampent. Okay, that is very, very bad. Because I think literally everything I have either has no effect or... Oh, wait a minute, I don't have Bulldoze, but I'm still going to get fired, so nope. Let's get Hermie in here, even though Hermie doesn't actually resist fire, and you're all too willing to go be in prison instead. Is this the first time we've seen Lampent? I'll just take this time to say that I really do like Lampent's design. It kind of reminds me of something out of a Studio Ghibli film. You know that walking lamp you see it towards the end of Spirited Away? Kind of like that. Anyway, we have now defeated Bert. I think you're the one giving me a tip. That wasn't the best. Okay, so since there was a waitress and a waiter, since there was a rich boy, there must be a lady up here. Are these the youngest looking ladies in the series? They might be, because the early ones often looked a lot older. But anyway, oh boy, another Stoutland. This could be tricky. Yeah, given that Stoutland in the last part that kind of beat us up pretty badly, I kind of want to take this one out quickly. Maybe I control it with things like hypnosis. Crunch. Okay, good. Not too KOing. That's good. Retaliate. That gets stabbed. That could be... Oh, and of course I miss. Oh well, I could just heal myself up. Come on, hypnosis. Oh, missed again. And you're content to use work up. I could go for the hypnosis one more time, but I doubt he's going to not attack me this turn. I could try anyway. Okay, good. At least this wasn't 5 misses in a row. It was more than 5 misses, wasn't it? Was it 7? I forget. I blotted it out of my mind. But that was a lot of hypnosis misses in a row. But at least I can now start trolling you with Super Fang. No matter how much defenses you have, you are losing half your HP. Certainly a whole lot more useful than Eclipse was in Fire Emblem 7, I can tell you that. Yeah, that was kind of pointless. It just never hit. Good thing it had low accuracy, but still. I mean, and then there was what's-it-called, Eclipse in FE6 that reduced your HP to 1, but had an even lower hit rate, to the point where, well, there's no way it's ever hitting you. But this isn't Fire Emblem, this is Pokemon. So, goodbye, Stoutland. And what do we have next? Oh, that was it. Okay, Believe me, when it comes to vitamin shopping, I don't think anyone can beat me. But anyway. Speaking of which, I read somewhere that the department store in 4th Gen, you could get discounts if you became a regular customer. Well, I EV trained for years, and I never became a regular customer, so I highly doubt that. I must have bought hundreds of vitamins from them in my day, and they never once referred to me as a regular customer. I feel completely dog. Oh, I love it back in 3rd Gen when they would occasionally, the vitamin guy in Slateport would occasionally have sales. That was just awesome. Half-price vitamins. Amazing. But anyway, I guess we should put someone kind of fast in the lead here, just so we can get away from wild battles. Strangely enough, Darmanitan is actually the fastest thing I have, so that's interesting. But yeah, there's a lot of grass over here, but there are some quite useful Pokemon that we can find. So I'm going to have to actually explore a little bit of the grass here before we head on to Opelucid, which is actually very close. If you're so inclined, you can actually go into Opelucid City right now, but for the time being, I think it's best we stay here for a little while longer and try and catch ourselves some new recruits, because there's actually quite a few things here that are pretty useful. There's one in particular that I'm looking for that I need at a very specific level, and that could be a problem. So let's see just what we have here. This route, interestingly enough, mirrors the routes that head out from Nimbasa City directly below. So instead of Gothita, Trubbish, and Minccino, you find Gothorita, Garbodor, and Minccino. Sorry, no Cinchinos just yet outside of rustling grass. But still, yep, the Goth Enobi Pokemon have returned. Oh dear. The English language is going to get butchered tonight. But, I need one at a higher level. There is dark grass over here, so once again, all my captures will be in dark grass. There's something over here. Oh, okay. Oh, it's on the other side of the fence. Curses. I hate when that happens. But let's see what else we have here, although I've already explained it. Yep, Minccino is still here. I find it kind of interesting that Minccino and Trubbish both coexist in the same place. One of them's the cleaning Pokemon and one's the garbage bag Pokemon, so interesting. And then in Black and White 2, you've got either Minccino or Trubbish being available on Route 4, depending on the version. Ah, here we go. Remember how I said we'd be seeing Pawniard soon? Well, here's one of them. Unfortunately, it's not the level I need, so I'm gonna I'll run away from it. These things are pretty cool, though admittedly they look very dangerous. Yeah, these things, you don't want them hugging you, let's just say that. Just realize that you could literally say that their whole body is quite literally made out of blades. So, I guess they aren't able to use unlimited blade works, though. And yes, once again, Dark Grass gives us better Pokemon to find, but I don't need a Minccino, and I need a Pawniard at a higher level than this, so... yeah, let's just say that I'll be back a bit later once I've actually found some useful stuff, but weirdly enough, the grass here actually cuts into the stairs, which looks very, very odd, and hey, replacing that full restore I used before. There's also this guy. So, here's a cave that we can't actually access without beating the Elite Four. Gee, what does that remind me of? Sounds an awful lot like the Unknown Dungeon / Cerulean Cave back in Red and Blue. Unfortunately, this one's a whole lot less interesting. Let me just spoil it for you right here. You're not missing out on much by not being let into Challenger's Cave. It's actually a pretty boring place. In fact, in my original black version, I don't think I've even explored it yet. All that's there is a TM of Stone Edge, I believe. And, most Pokemon actually already learned that by level up anyway. And a couple of trainers that are pretty strong. But apart from that, none of the Pokemon in there can really be, found. Most of them can be found in other areas, so... okay, don't use Belly Drum around this thing. But anyway, it's actually not a very interesting place at all, and, I'm not surprised that it got completely removed from Black and White 2. Not surprised. See, there's no legendaries in there at all, nothing to see there, and I am now in Zen mode again. Hopefully this Dusk Ball should be able to grab this thing. Yeah, as much as a giant walking landfill is hideously ugly, it could be useful to me. I've heard Gardevoir is actually really good in the trading card game. It's got a useful ability that shuts off all other abilities, so... yeah, kinda cool that. Yeah, that is not... that's not a very good way to go, that. Yeah, very humiliating defeat there. And I'm gonna name this thing just in a twist of randomness, Phil. You know, because it's a walking landfill. Get it? Ha ha ha. And let's just forget about that for a bit and go right on to the next Pokemon here that we can catch. A Pawniard. I guess this could be sort of helpful in the next gym because it's Steel type, but it's not going to be the best. Just don't... okay, Darmanitan will totally destroy this thing, so don't use it. And yeah, the sad thing is Pawniard evolves very, 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 very late. I'm pretty sure it evolves at level 52. Let me just go check. Oh yeah, and I'm right, okay. Not quite Dragonite. The funny thing about this generation is that, Dragonite has held the spot of the highest level, to reach its final form. And this generation not only beat that, seriously, Dragonite held the record for 4 straight generations, but this generation not only beat Dragonite's record, it beat it twice. One of them is Larvesta, which we've met earlier, which evolves at level 59. The second we'll be seeing a bit later. But anyway, this is a Pawniard. Its entire body is made of blades, and I'm pretty sure I accidentally slipped up here and forgot to nickname it. And so, one more Pokemon remains for me to catch on this route. Yeah, I think you can all probably tell what's coming. This is another one of those things, I kinda needed it at a specific level. This Pokemon is Gothorita, and the highest level it can appear at in the wild here is level 39. The reason why I need it to be 39, you'll find out later. But suffice to say, I have to have it there just to save me on something. Unfortunately, as you can probably tell, it took a long time for a level 39 Gothorita to appear. Fortunately, unlike the infamous level 37 Vanillish incident, this time, well, I actually did find one, the one I wanted. So, that's good. Unfortunately, this actually took even longer than the last one, but at least it was actually fruitful. This one took about 19 minutes of straight searching and encounters. So, you know what that means? It's Spit Up Yakety Sax time! finally! Here we are, level 39 Gotharita. Ugh. And I'm really glad it's female, because if I'd gone to all this trouble and level 39 one had been male, I would have laughed so hard. Yes, despite its appearances, it's another one of those evolution families that can be either gender, although it's much more likely to be female. Funnily enough, oh wow, they have Psychic right off the bat? That could be really useful, actually. Anyway, like I was saying, the funny thing is, Gothitelle, its evolved form, is mostly known in competitive play for being able to use Shadow Tag. The funny thing is, apparently the only available Shadow Tag Gotharitas, slash Gothitelles that have been available have been male. So, if you want to Shadow Tag one, it actually has to basically look like a crossdresser, so... yeah! That's kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure Shadow Tag Chandelure hasn't been released yet, because that thing sounds horribly, horribly broken, and it probably won't be released at all this generation, thankfully, because, yeah, that thing sounds very, very broken. And, of course, by next generation, Ghost types will be able to escape it. And, of course, Ghost types are one of the things that'll want to be, escaping being trapped by a Ghost type with 140 base special attack. So, yeah, that's gonna help. And phew, that was close. If I'd gone all this way, seriously, that was 19 minutes, I'm not exaggerating. If I had not caught this, I would have been very, very, very displeased. Like I am now. Uh-oh, future side. As I said, 100 base power stab move in this generation, and oh, you're going into Zen mode, okay. Actually, that's good, because it means that it'll now resist, Psychic, so... that's actually kind of useful here. Come on, Gotharita, come on. I'm catching you in a Gothic ball just to make sure. This is the most Gothic ball I can use, so... and I have myself another Goth Pokemon. Oh dear. Yes, it uses hypnosis to control people into Frenching it, and then falling asleep. That's actually quite a disturbing Pokédex entry, actually. It leads people astray, and then turns them into bad fanfiction writers who wear fishnets. Anyway, let's just name this thing. Did I call the other one? I see. At this point, I couldn't remember whether I called the other one Egagi or whether I didn't. I think I may have. As it turns out, I did, so this one's going to be called Egogi. Trust me, of all the misspellings of that character's name, I seriously have enough for maybe about 20 Gothitelles, all that are named different variations on this one name. Seriously, how you can spell the same name wrong this many different ways, it has to be a troll fic, it has to be. So, anyway, that is everything I need here, so I can finally use a fucking repel! And get the heck out of here, seriously. 19 minutes. Oh, really? Really? Alright, okay, so, these things are higher level than my lead Pokemon, so the repel doesn't keep them away. That's really, really annoying. Go away. Just go away. Come on, please tell me nothing high level appears in this grass here. And it's pretty much about time to call it for this part. I would have preferred that, I didn't have to make the next city its own part. But unfortunately, uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Well, we'll leave that as a cliffhanger. Unfortunately, yeah, it went on quite long, and otherwise I'd have to put it in the gym in the same part, and it'd be like 50 minutes long, so, yeah. Opaloosa City is interesting. I'll talk more about it next time, because, this place differs quite greatly depending on which version you're playing. I already passed that place, there's no need to give you an ad for it again. Wow, you're a that is the biggest lie I've ever heard. You can't buy PP-ups there. You can't buy ethers there. I can get both of those at Joint Avenue. Seriously, you're not doing... oh, it's raining in Hero City? Okay. Well, it tends to rain there often. But people like changes. Interesting. Okay.
Sure doesn't sound like a certain fandom I know. Ha ha!